Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe. We actually found some nice verses from Srila Rupa Goswami.
Very good.
From Upadesamrita. And on the last verse, I would like to read Srila Prabhupada's commentary.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Znači, pronašli smo jedne lijepe stihove od Rupa Gosvamija iz Upadesamrite i na zadnjem stihu ćemo čitati komentar Srila Prabhupada.
So, 9th verse.
9. stih.
Actually, my request is this.
The holy place known as Mathura is spiritually superior to Vaikuntha.
Duhovno sveto mjesto zvano Mathura je duhovno uzvišenije od Vaikunte.
Vaikuntha, the transcendental world, because the Lord appeared there.
Zato jer se Gospodin pojavio tamo.
Superior to Mathura is the transcendental forest of Vrindavana because of Krishna's Rasa Lila pastimes.
Superiornije od Mature je Vrindavan, šuma Vrindavana, radi Krishnine zabave rasa plesa.
And superior to the forest of Vrindavana is Govardhan Hill, for it was raised by the divine hand of Sri Krishna and was the site of his various loving pastimes.
Superiornije od Vrindavana je brdo Govardhan, pošto je podignuto od strane Krishnine ruke i prebivalište je mnogih ljubavnih zabava.
And above all, the super excellent Sri Radhakunda stands supreme.
A iznad svih, apsolutno superioran, stoji Sri Radhakunda.
For it is overflooded with the ambrosial nectarian prema of the Lord of Gokula, Sri Krishna.
Jer je preplavljeno ambrozijalnim nektarom preme za Sri Krishna.
Where then is that intelligent person who is unwilling to serve this divine Radhakunda, which is situated at the foot of the Govardhan Hill?
Gdje je onda ta... Sorry, možeš malo sporije čitati, please? Malo rečenice.
Where then is that intelligent person...
Gdje je onda ta inteligentna osoba
who is unwilling to serve this divine Radhakunda,
koja je ni nevoljka služiti taj božanski Radhakund,
which is situated at the foot of Govardhan Hill.
koje je situirano u podnožju brda Govardhan.
In the Shastra, it is said that of all types of fruitive workers,
u šastrama je spomenuto da od svih vrsta plodonosnih osoba koje obavljaju plodonosne djelatnosti,
he who is advanced in knowledge of the higher values of life is favored by the Supreme Lord Hari.
Onaj koji poznaje vrhovne vrijednosti života, njega vrhovna božanska osoba Hari preferira.
Out of many such people who are advanced in knowledge, Gyanis,
među mnogim tim takvim osobama koje su napredne u znanju, Gyanis,
one who is practically liberated by virtue of his knowledge may take to devotional service.
Onaj koji je praktično oslobođen vrlinom te vrste znanja može krenuti putem devocije.
He is superior.
One minute. What is devotional service?
Što je devocijska praksa, služba.
My question from all of you.
Devotional service is doing everything with love towards divine, Radha and Krishna.
Kaže Dina Dayal, devocijska služba je raditi sve s ljubavlju prema Radi i Krišni.
Beautiful. But there are mallow. When we come in mallow, that is a pure mallow of the friend, mallow of the motherly love, or conjugal love.
Kaže, to je prekrasan odgovor. No, tek kad dođemo i unutar rase, unutar određenog raspoloženja, kao što je majčinski ili ljubavnički, prijateljski.
Because this is natural devotion for the friend to take care.
Jer je prirodna devocija brinuti se za prijatelja.
Right or not?
Je li istina?
Yes.
No need to press her anything.
Ne trebate se na ništa prisiljavati.
Mother, no need to press to her why you're not taking care of your child. Nobody need to say.
Majci niko ne treba reći ili usiliti na to da se brine o svom djetetu.
Natural.
To je prirodno.
And the conjugal lover is also natural love for his dear.
I za ljubavnika je također jako prirodno brinuti se za svog dragog ili dragu.
It's natural. It's not that artificial.
To je prirodno, to nije umjetno.
And it's not one side, both sides.
I nije jednostrano.
One side say rag.
Kaže, kad je u jednom smjeru, onda je raga.
And both sides say anurag.
A kada teče u oba smjera, onda kažemo anuraga.
You see, son also loved to his father.
Vidite, sin isto voli svog oca.
And this is the beautiful example of anurag of Jesus and his father.
I to je prekrasan primjer anurage između Isusa i njegovog oca.
Without relation, there is no devotional practice.
Bez odnosa nema devocijske prakse.
Prabhupada writes in page 4, first this introduction he gave, that this is the only way, that you don't need to go for the scripture and philosophy.
Prabhupada je to dao već na 4. stranici Bhagavad Gite i rekavši da je to jedini put i da ne trebamo ići u skripte i u filozofiju i spise.
When it natural not come, then again he give advice. This natural will make your sarup and sarup siddhi.
A to tako prirodna vrsta devocije, time ćemo doći, to će kreirati naš svarup i svarup siddhi.
Can I ask to you, Jesus has sarup or not?
Da vas pitam, Isus ima svarup ili ne?
Yes.
Yeah. Son.
Da, on je sin.
And he has a siddhi of sarup or not?
I ima li on siddhi tog svarupa ili ne?
He never changed his sarup.
Nikad nije promijenio svoj svarup.
That is sarup.
To je svarup.
That become divine.
To postaje božanstveno.
It never you can lose this relation.
I nikad ne možete izgubiti tu povezanost, taj odnos.
When soul love to soul, it become divine.
Kada duša voli dušu, to postaje božanstveno.
Soul love to super soul, it become divine.
I duša kad voli nad dušu, to postaje transcendentalno.
That's a sarup and sarup siddhi.
To je svarup i svarup.
Actually, this even Srila Prabhupada after in text we will see he's talking about this.
No, I say you have to understand what is purity. Purity is in relation coming.
Morate razumjeti što je čistoća. Čistoća dolazi tek unutar odnosa.
Is no hypocrisy.
To nije licemjerje.
Basic thing we have to understand also.
Moramo razumjeti i osnove, bazične stvari.
Go on.
However, one who has actually attained prema, pure love of Krishna, is superior to him.
No, onaj koji je dostigao premu, ljubav prema Krišni, je superioran nad njim.
Now you see,
Sada vidimo.
prem is a one thing, it can come from chitta-vritti.
Prema je stvar koja osjećaj koji dolazi od chitta-vritti.
One is my mano-vritti and one is my chitta-vritti.
Na jednoj strani je moj mano-vritti, a druga stvar je chitta-vritti.
Mano-vritti is when I am engaged in the service of my senses. This is mano-vritti.
Mano-vritti je kad sam uključen u službu svojih osjetiva.
I am engaged to serve my body. That's a mano-vritti.
Angažiran sam da služim svoje tijelo. To je mano-vritti.
I am engaged to serve my ego. That's a mano-vritti.
Angažiran sam da služim svoj ego. To je mano-vritti.
And if I want to love from this item, I will love for some reason.
I ako želim voljeti sa ove razine, voljet ću samo uz neke razloge.
If the sense want to love, what he will love for?
Ako osjetila žele voljeti, one trebaju razlog za
opposite sense.
I šta će voljeti? Voljet će suprotno osjetilo.
Because he is controlled with lower senses.
Zato je kontroliran nižim osjetilima.
He no recognizes soul, chitta.
Ne prepoznaje svoju dušu, svoju chitta.
And this mano-vritti is going different place.
Ovaj mano-vritti nas vodi u različita mjesta i smjerove.
Mano means mind creating vritti.
Mano znači vritti kreiran umom.
Circle. Vritti means circle.
Vritti znači krug.
Then we think that we are doing prema, but prema name is there, but doing something else.
Onda mislimo da radimo premu, kažemo ime prema, dajemo tome ime prema, no zapravo radimo nešto drugo.
Prema only can do my chitta, my soul.
Jedino moja chitta, moja duša može osjećati premu.
What Guru help us or Vaishnava help, how to come out from mano-vritti to chitta-vritti.
A Guru Devi Vaishnava nam pomažu kako doći iz tog mano-vritti u chitta-vritti.
These are my blockage. That whole time we engage in this practice and we don't recognize myself, what I am.
To su naše blokade da provodimo toliko vremena u ovoj drugoj vrsti prakse i zaboravimo sebe identificirati. Tko sam ja?
So this is our distance to understand Krishna.
I tu je naša distanca radi koje ne razumemo Krishnu.
And so I am very far to understand that.
I radi toga sam daleko da razumijem.
Where the moment come in my life,
kad dođe tren u mom životu,
it change in my chitta-vritti,
da se promijeni u chitta-vritti,
immediately everything becomes clear.
Odmah automatski sve postaje jasno.
Then prema start.
Tada prema započinje.
Relation start and prema start.
Kada počine odnos, počinje i prema.
And my devotional practice start.
I moja devocijska praksa započinje.
Yes, go on.
The gopis are exalted above all the advanced devotees.
Gopije su uzvišene iznad svih uzvišenih bakta.
Gopi means, what is meaning of gopi?
Što je značenje gopi?
Go means senses.
Go su osjetila.
Api means offer, total offer to the senses.
Api znači potpuna ponuda osjetila.
That is gopi bhava.
To je gopi bhava.
Our senses, we are holding for my enjoyment.
Naša osjetila mi čuvamo, držimo za svoje uživanje.
We not offer
Ne nudimo
in the pleasure of Krishna.
za zadovoljstvo Krišne.
Gopis was offered all his senses.
Gopi je
Mind.
nudi sva osjetila i
So there is no false ego there.
I tamo nema lažnog ega.
So their chittavritti is totally in the circle of Radha and Krishna.
Njihov čitavriti je potpuno u krugu Rade i Krišne.
So this is very high thing.
To je izrazito visoka stvar.
Go on.
So the gopis are exalted above all the advanced devotees.
Exalted to all the advanced. Nobody is advanced like that.
Među svim naprednim baktama gopije su najuzvišenije. Guru kaže najuzvišenije, ne postoji nitko višlji.
We say that we are practicing gopi bhav,
Mi kažemo da prakticiramo gopi bhavu,
but we not do that.
ali zapravo to ne radimo.
Mana is a top of the thing to do is a gopi bhav.
Najvišlja stvar je gopi bhava.
Because they are always totally dependent upon Sri Krishna, the transcendental cowherd boy.
Zato one su uvijek zavisne o Krišni, transcendentalnom dječaku pastiru.
Yeah. Dependent person only see his lover.
Osoba koja je
No
ovisna,
independency.
samo vidi svog ljubavnika. Nema tu neovisnosti.
Sharanagati.
To je potpuno šaranagati.
Among the gopis, Srimati Radharani is the most dear to Krishna.
Među gopijama, Srimati Radharani je najdraža Krišna.
Only one thing for Radhika, Krishna.
Samo jedno postoji
One day,
za Radiku.
Radha is telling to Lalita,
Jedan dan Radika priča Lalita.
my love is false.
Joj, moja ljubav nije prava.
I don't love Krishna.
Ja ne volim Krišnu.
You know, I love Krishna. I say, but I have no love.
Znaš, ja kažem da volim Krišnu, ali ja zapravo nemam ljubav.
Lalita asks, why you say this?
Lalita pita, pa zašto to pričaš?
Arre, what I say?
A šta da ti kažem?
One time, I see one picture
Jednom sam vidjela jednu sliku
and I fall in love with this picture.
i zaljubila sam se.
This picture was with the flute. One man was standing very curved.
Na toj slici jedan čovjek, jedan dečko, mladić je stajao sa flautom u jednom nakrivljenoj pozi.
And he's playing flute.
I svirao je flautu.
And this flute, from picture I can feel that sound.
I iz te slike sam mogla osjetiti taj zvuk.
And I fall in love with this
I potpuno sam se
flute player.
zaljubila u tog svirača flaute.
What to do?
Što da radim?
Lalite, I have a doubt in me.
I sumnjam u sebe, Lalita.
One time I say I love Krishna and I start loving to this flute player also.
Rekla sam da volim Krišnu, a sad sam počela voljeti ovog
My love is not true.
Svirača flaute.
Help me.
Moja ljubav nije istinita, pomozi mi.
Lalita say, Are.
Lalita kaže,
Are, same Krishna is playing flute.
To isti
He
Krišna.
is the same. Why you say you love two?
Zašto govoriš da voliš dvojicu?
You cannot love any other than Krishna. This is your Mahabhav.
Ti ne možeš voljeti nikog drugog osim Krišne, to je tvoja Mahabhava.
Today I am reading one book, Radha Rasudhanidhi, in morning.
Danas ujutro čitali smo Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi.
There one line was there.
Jedna rečenica.
Rag Bhakti. What can you bring this line? Rag Bhakti is mental concoction.
Raga Bhakti je mentalna konkokcija.
Listen, very, very, very rasic thing I say you. Rag Bhakti is mental concoction.
Raga Bhakti je mentalna, ajmo reći, zamisao da je
Tvorevina.
Prijevod, tvorevina, tako da.
Izmišljotina je na hrvatskom.
You understand?
Jel razumijete?
You will do this?
Hoćete li to raditi? Ko to razumije?
You have to do it.
Da, morate to raditi.
Because we have so many mental concoction that if you not do this practice, other will not finish. They will catch you, my dear.
Da, morate to raditi. Zato jer imamo toliko mentalnih tvorevina. Ako ne radimo ovu vrstu, onda će vas druge uloviti i nikad neće vas pustiti.
Understand? We so much create the manovrti concoction that it will not leave me.
Toliko smo stvorili mentalnih tvorevina da me neće htjeti ostaviti.
You have to make one line again.
Morate još jednu liniju napraviti.
Of new line than old line.
Jednu noviju liniju.
And makes that line bigger than old line.
Tu liniju razmišljanja napraviti većom od ovih prošlih.
And this time very carefully make mental concoction of Priyani Pritam.
I ovaj put napravite jako pažljivo, s puno pažnje, jednu mentalnu tvorevinu Prija i Prijatama.
See, Radhe, go on. Yeah, just I say you some subject what to meditate here. I was shocked.
Ja sam bio šokiran danas.
Again concoction. Again, I have to practice.
Zar ponovo moram?
Mental play.
Ponovo mentalne igre.
Why Raghunath Das Goswami make Mana Siksha?
Zašto Raghunath Goswami napravio napisao Mana Sikšu?
Mental thing is a mental
To je
thing.
mentalnost.
After in lunch time,
Za vrijeme ručka.
one is a Ramakrishna Paramahansa devotee here.
Jedan bakta je ovdje koji jako voli Ramakrishna Paramahamsu.
And he is also telling
I on isto
is
govori.
all mind
To je sve
thing.
posao uma.
How naturally mind is going where?
Kako prirodno ide gdje?
That is devotion.
To je devocija.
Is only the work of the mind.
To je samo posao uma.
And he say, this cannot possible without bhajan.
I on je rekao, to nije moguće bez bhađana.
He say, there is only way of that Nam Sankirtan.
Rekao je jedini način za to je nama Sankirtan.
Ram Krishna Paramahansa say,
To kaže Ram Krishna Paramahansa.
by knowledge and without renouncing, nothing you will receive with this.
Znanjem i odvojnošću ne možete ništa od toga postići.
You have to develop
Morate razviti
one-pointedness
usmjerenost u jednom smjeru.
of your circle and live in that circle.
I,
Keep your circle in that circle to your mind.
I držati u tom krugu.
Radhe. Go on. Yeah.
Actually, you are telling in advance what I will also read.
I'm sorry.
Da je već unaprijed Gurudev govori ono što taman se sprema u knjizi.
Yeah.
So, her kunda or lake is as profoundly dear to Lord Krishna as this most beloved of the gopis.
Ta njena kunda je jednako draga Krišni kao što je i njegova najvoljenija gopija.
Who then will not reside at Radhakund?
Ko onda neće ostati živjeti na Radhakundu?
And in a spiritual body surcharged with ecstatic devotional feelings,
I u duhovnom tijelu napunjenom duhovnim osjećajem.
Again this line.
Yeah, and in the spiritual body.
Stop, not rush. What is this spiritual body?
Duhovno tijelo. To je duhovno.
Sri Radhe. We cannot see. That's the point. I say myself, my nature.
Kažemo svojoj prirodi.
When somebody said to go Radha Kund, I say most dirtiest place.
Ja kad neko kaže idemo na Radha Kund, ja isto kažem. To je
even water is also not clean.
Čak ni voda nije čista.
Because I have a material body.
Zato imam materijalno tijelo.
That moment I cannot see it.
U tom trenu ne mogu ga vidjeti.
Are green water is why?
Zašto je zeleno voda?
Because when the blue and black you mixed here, yellow and black you mixed, blue and yellow mixed, what will happen?
Zato kad pomiješate plavu i žutu, što će se desiti?
Green, right?
Zeleno.
So what do you want to see? They are there. One day I went.
Jedan dan išao sam.
It was green.
Bilo je zeleno.
And next day I went.
Idući dan sam išao.
By chance, next day I have to go.
Opet slučajno.
Total Radha Kund was white. Like a milky color. Next day I went.
Bio je bijeli. Odmah bijeli poput mlijeka.
It's surprising. Again, after 1 month I go, it was totally clean.
Opet za jedno mjesec dana sam ponovo išao. I bilo potpuno čisto.
Divine pastime is happening there.
Božanske, transcendentalne zabave se odvijaju tamo.
Also, non-stop.
Non-stop.
Love of Radha is flowing as in a form of water, I see, to Shamkund.
I non-stop.
Non-stop.
Da voda u obliku vode, Radharanina ljubav teče u Shamkund.
And the Shamkund is never overflowed.
A Shamkund nikad nije preplavljen.
It's surprising.
To je iznenađujuće.
He take everything of that love.
A on uzme svu tu ljubav.
And he distribute to all Sakhis of Radha love.
I distribuira svim Sakhis tu Radharaninu ljubav.
And from that way, gopis receive that love.
I na taj način gopije dobivaju tu ljubav.
And then Manjari received that love.
I Manjari isto.
And that way, Manjari distribute this love to whole creation.
I tada Manjari distribuiraju tu ljubav po cijeloj kreaciji.
Any drop of love
Bilo koja kapljica.
is in me, in you,
Ako bilo koja kapljica u meni ili u vama,
in animals,
u životinju,
in plants and trees,
i u biljkama, i u drveću,
in the forest and
u
mountains,
šumi i u planini,
and all creation of the Lord
cijeloj kreaciji,
is Radha love.
to je Radharanina ljubav.
And there is no conflict in the name of love.
I ne postoji konflikt u ime ljubavi.
Nobody conflict for that.
Nitko nema konflikt vezano s.
And this is Gajadhar Shakti, Radha Shakti is present in the whole universe.
I to je Radha Shakti, Gadadhar Shakti, prisutna u čitavom univerzumu.
In the name of God, there are differences and nobody can change it.
U ime Boga postoje velike razlike i to niko ne može promijeniti.
But in the name of love,
Ali u ime ljubavi
we cannot see even God.
ne možemo čak vidjeti ni Boga.
That is the love Shakti.
To je Shakti ljubavi.
It wants to develop greed in us
Želi u nama razviti tako
that we work for Manovriti to come in Chittavriti.
da ljubav želi u nama razviti takvu pohlepu da radimo, da dođemo iz Manovriti u Chittavriti.
And then I need the help for this.
I tada trebam pomoć za to.
Then we need the guide, navigator,
Tad trebamo vodiča, jednog
and
navigatora
brother and sister
i braće i sestre.
that I will always keep myself in supervision,
Kako bi se uvijek držao u
that
pod
we are
nadzorom.
moving in right way.
Da li se krećemo u pravom smjeru.
Go on. Yeah.
Again, I will start this sentence again. Who then will not reside at Radhakund
Ko onda neće ostati živjeti na Radhakundu
and in a spiritual body surcharged with ecstatic devotional feelings
Yeah.
i u duhovnom tijelu napunjenim ekstatičnim
His
duhovnim
spiritual body
osjećajima.
only can feel it.
Samo duhovno tijelo to može osjetiti.
See Radha.
render loving service to the divine couple Shri Shri Radha Govinda.
I u tom duhovnom, ekstatičnom duhovnom tijelu raditi službu za Radha Govinda.
This what? Radha's Govinda.
Ta riječ Radha Ranin Govinda.
That is Radha Govinda.
To je Radha Govinda.
Radha's Govinda.
Radha Ranin Govinda.
Who perform their Ashtakalya Lila.
Koji tamo provode svoju osmerostruke zaprave.
Indeed, those
This word we know.
Ovu riječ znamo.
But when the day will come in my life
Ali kada će doći dan
that I will be in some hour practice to Ashtakalya Lila.
da ću neki sat stvarno vježbu, stvarno prakticirati.
This is not a philosophy.
To nije filozofija.
Only I read the words. We have to practice. We have to live in that.
To nije filozofija da pročitam riječi, nego moram živjeti u tome, moram
That's a 24/7
To je praksa 24/7 seva.
24/7. No time. Then the sadhu say, I have no time, my dear. I cannot do other thing.
Nemam vremena, ne mogu uraditi ništa drugo.
You not go out from the room.
Molim, pa ti ne izlaziš
You
iz
not
sobe.
talk with others.
Ne pričaš s drugima.
Yeah, no time.
Ali nemam vremena sad.
But he not say what he is doing.
Ali on neće reći što on radi.
He is doing astakali.
On vježba, radi, sjeća, aštakaleli.
Mind is totally fixed
Je potpuno fiksiran
in Radha Mohan.
u radama.
Svirati.
Indeed, those who execute devotional service on the banks of Radhakund
Uistinu, oni koji provode devocijsku službu na obalama Radhakund
are the most fortunate people in the universe.
su najsretniji ljudi u univerzumu.
And the last verse. Of the many objects of favor, delight, and
Od mnogih objekata favor, delight,
netko zna prijevod.
Možeš pročitati još jedan, sorry.
Of the many objects of favored delight.
Od mnogih objekata naših najdražih užitaka.
And of all the lovable damsels of Vrajabhumi.
A njegovih užitaka. I od svih prekrasnih pastirica iz Vrindavana.
Srimati Radhika is certainly the most treasured object of Krishna's love.
Srimati Radharani je sigurno najuzvišenija prebivalište njegove ljubavi.
And in every respect, her divine kunda is described by great sages as similarly dear to him.
I u svim aspektima njeno prekrasno jezero je opisano od strane velikih svetaca kao slično njoj.
Undoubtedly, Radhakunda is very rarely attained even by the great devotees.
Bez sumnje, Radhakunda je veoma rijetko se dostiže čak i od strane jako uzvišenih fakta.
Therefore, it is even more difficult for ordinary devotees to attain.
Tako da je još i teže da ju dostignu obične bhakti.
If one simply bathes once within those holy waters, one's pure love of Krishna is fully aroused.
Ako se netko okupa samo jednom u tim svetim vodama, njegova se ljubav prema Krišni uzdiže. Rađa.
So I will now read some part from Srila Prabhupada's commentary. It's very nice how he ending actually this book, The Nectar of Instruction.
This is the beautiful book of Prabhupada.
To je prekrasna knjiga od Prabhupada, Nektar uputa.
Read the last one.
Kaže Gurudev, zadnji stih pročitaj.
Before two. Read that. What Prabhupada read.
Pročitaj što je Prabhupada napisao.
Take the nectar of devotion of Prabhupada here. Here. Sri Radhe.
Okay.
About Rupa Goswami.
Samo malo.
Yeah. Nectar of devotion?
Of instruction.
Nectar of instruction.
No, Nectar of instruction.
The last one was about the Raga Bhakti.
I can read the purport.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is Radha Kunda so exalted?
Zašto je Radha Kunda? Yes, but it's not a verse. He's reading
what I say, read that one.
Čitaj stih.
Yeah, we read the verse. Just now we read the last verse about...
favorite delight.
No.
Text
There is
11,
one
so text before.
about the Manjari Sangha.
Yeah, this is...
I think this is maybe commentary. Je to komentaru?
Yes, he's talking in the commentary. So, Srila, here it says in commentary...
Yeah, go on. No, read what you write. Read
okay.
that.
It says that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes in this connection that Sri Radhakunda is the most select place for those... Will translate?
Gdje ti to piše? Srila...
in the middle of the purport.
Not mentioned. Rupa Goswami is writing about that. Raga Bhakti.
This is in the 8th verse, Seva Sadhaka Rupena.
I don't know. Srivas knows immediately he opened.
Of her lady friends and serving maids, Manjaris, like Rupa and Rati. This is in the commentary of 8th verse. He's mentioning this. One can become like Srimati Radharani or her lady friends such as Lalita and her serving maids, Manjaris, like Rupa and Rati.
Read this one.
But this is only this written?
Only this written?
Manusmriti.
I wanted to say this part where he's talking that Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes in this connection that Sri Radhakunda is the most select place for those interested in advancing their devotional service in the wake of the lady friends, Sakhis, and confidential serving maids, Manjaris of Srimati Radhika.
You see, Prabhupada is writing this. First one to say this. He is not in Sakha Bhav.
Samo želim reći da Prabhupada nije u Sakha Bhavi, da se razumije. Samo da pročitam prijevod. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur piše u vezi s tim da je Sri Radhakund najprobranije mjesto za one koji su zainteresirani za napredak u svojoj devocijskoj službi u skladu sa ili u raspoloženju prijateljica Sakhis ili povjerljivih sluškinja Manjaris Srimati Radharani.
Living entities who are eager to return home to the transcendental...
Living entity. First understand.
Prvo da razumijemo.
What is living entity?
Živo biće.
My body.
Prvo da razumijemo što je živo biće. Je li to moje tijelo?
My senses.
Moja osjetila.
My ego.
Moje ego.
These are not living entity.
To nisu živa bića.
This is the toys.
To su igračke.
I got from to play in this material world.
Su igračke koje sam dobio da se igram u ovom materijalnom.
And ego is not making me to identify my living entity.
A ego mi ne dozvoljava da se identificiram sa sobom, sa živim bićem.
My living entity is a spirit of God, and that's a soul.
Moje živo biće, odnosno živo biće je duh Božji. To se kaže duša, mi kažemo duša.
We have no time to think and live in practice of that.
Nemamo vremena biti u praksi toga.
Honestly, you think how much time you give to live in living entity.
Iskreno sad razmislite koliko vremena dajete da osjećate i da živite u svom živom biću, unutar živog bića.
What is my suffering? That the truth I don't want to live in truth. That is my suffering. That is suffering, pain I got, and sick. and tension in our
Moja
life.
patnja, moje napetosti, moje bolesti su to što ne želim, ne prakticiram živjeti sa svjesnošću da sam duša, sa svom istinom. Ne želim živjeti sa istinom.
This is created by me, not with Creator.
To sam ja kreirao, to nije kreirao kreator.
That I understand, but we not want to live in my living entity.
Da to razumijem, ali ne želim živjeti.
And I am ready to suffer in my toy playings.
I spreman sam patiti u svojem igranju sa igračkama.
To ignore to live in living entity.
I ignoriram živjeti u svjesnosti da sam živo biće.
Accept truth.
Prihvatiti istinu.
Go on.
So, living entities who are eager to return home.
Eager. Who is eager? Greedy.
Živo biće koje je puno žudnje i koje ima pohlepu.
My ego make eager to enjoy only senses.
Moj ego čini me pohlepnim samo da uživam, da živim u svojim osjetilima.
And to doubt in all spiritual activities.
I da sumnjam u sve duhovne aktivnosti.
This is my eagerness. Not to live in living entity. Eagerness is to create useless new creation with my manovriti. With my mind.
To je moja žudnja. Ja žudim i jurim za time da radim nove mentalne tvorevine i da ostanem u svom manovritiju.
In influence of my false ego.
Pod utjecajem mog svog lažnog ega.
And false ego not want to bring in living entity because then his false ego will finish. His existence will finish.
Lažni ego nas ne želi pomoć da budemo unutar svog, da osjećamo smo živo biće, jer tada je njegova egzistencija gotova.
False ego become the boss.
Lažni ego postaje šef.
And the boss starts sleeping.
A šef postane šef.
Because I not think.
Zato ne razmišljam.
This is my suffering here.
To je moja patnja.
I have agreed different place, not here.
Imam pohlepu u drugom smjeru, a ne ovdje.
Because my greed is not go back to home.
Moja nije žudnja da se vratim doma.
Some place I listen that you come to enjoy and go.
Ne, slušao sam na jednom mjestu su pričali da došao si da uživaš i onda odeš.
And I was in America.
Bio sam u Americi.
The priest is talking. I was surprised.
Svećenik je govorio.
One place, one death happened, and they bring to the church, and this priest is blessing.
Jedan dan doveli su.
He was Christian. He's blessing that I will. You now please bless me. I go like a bride to married with my broom. To God is a broom, and the soul is a bride.
Bili su, znači, doveli su na blagoslov jedno tijelo i svećenik je mrtvaca i svećenik je blagoslivljao sa molitvom. Rekao je, sada blagoslovite da ova duša ide poput mladenke svom mladoženju.
And I listen it.
Ja sam to slušao.
And in church, my ears stand like anything.
I u crkvi ja sam se naježio.
Is a universal truth.
To je univerzalna istina.
The soul goes as a bride
poput mladenke
to home, to married with the broom.
Da se uda sa
to the Savior.
Som spasiteljem.
And we live in our body with the soul, but we not think for that.
Živimo u ovom tijelu kao duša, ali ne dajemo vremena da razmislimo o to.
In ego we are practicing not bride, I am a groom. I come to enjoy here.
U u egu prakticiramo, ja nisam mladenka, ja sam
I'm a man.
mladoženja.
I am an enjoyer.
Ja sam uživatelj.
I'm a savior.
Ja sam spasitelj, uživatelj i muškarac.
Not like a bride.
Ne poput mladenke.
Sri Radhe. Because it was Muslim and the priest was talking in Urdu language and it was Hindi. So I understand very well and no mistake in listening to me.
To je bio musliman, ako se ne varam, i pričao na urdu jeziku koji je sličan, koji je gotovo isti. Pakistani je bio, ne? I onda sam ga jako dobro razumio. Ali kršćanin. This is a Sufi, one Sufi prayer.
I have no idea. But I see this. I listen
Ne znam otkud je to, ali znam da sam to
But in the Christian
vidio,
church,
čuo. To je bila
is the priest.
Kršćanska crkva. I on je bio svećenik.
We are so covered, we cannot see. I was open, I feel it.
Mi smo toliko prekriveni da
And
ne
my
vidimo.
hair is turned.
Ja sam bio otvorenog srca.
Not only we are practicing, every soul has to practice like this.
Osjetio sam to, naježio sam se, osjetio, ne samo da mi prakticiramo, svako živo biće to treba prakticirati.
Go on. I'm telling you little tips because my experience I share with you.
Želim vam podijeliti s vama nekakve natuknice, zato želim podijeliti svoje iskustvo sa...
The beauty of my spiritual sadhana is the beauty.
Ljepota moje duhovne sadhane, to je prava ljepota.
Right.
So, those who are eager to return home to the Goloka Vrindavan by means of attaining their spiritual bodies, Siddha Deha,
Sri Radhe, Sri Radhe, Sri Radhe, Radhe, Radhe.
Živa bića koje su pune žudnje da se vrate doma u transcendentalno kraljevstvo Goloka Vrindavan uz sredstvo da dostignu svoje duhovno tijelo Siddha Deha.
If not, then again I have to take the birth in dog or cat
Ako ne,
or snake.
ponovo se moram roditi kao mačka, pes ili zmija.
Because I want to go in the cycle of death and birth.
Želim ponovo ići u taj krug smrti.
And as my karma, I will get that body.
I po svojoj karmi dobit ću takvo tijelo.
If I go back to my home, then I have to go in the circle of death and
Ako se ne vratim kući, onda se moram vratiti u krug smrti i rođenja.
So, they should live at Radhakunda, take shelter of the confidential serving maids of Sri Radha, and under their direction engage constantly in her service.
Takve bi se osobe trebale živjeti na Radhakundi, uzeti utočište povjerljivih sluškinja Sri Radharani i pod njihovim uputstvima uključiti se konstantno u njenu službu.
how you can serve any female.
Kako možete služiti bilo koju
In male body,
ženu u muškom tijelu?
impossible.
Nemoguće.
You have to become female to serve the female.
Morate postati žena kako bi mogli služiti ženu.
If you are male body, there is no entry.
Ako ste u muškom tijelu, nema ulaska.
Even the material world, there is no entry.
Čak i u materijalnom svijetu nema ulaska.
And how you imagine that in a spiritual world, I will get entry without my female body?
Kako zamišljate da ću u duhovnom svijetu dobiti ulazak bez svog ženskog tijela?
Living in the material body is a male body.
Živjeti u materijalnom tijelu je živjeti u muškom tijelu.
And living in the soul is a female body.
Živjeti u duši je žensko tijelo.
A spiritual body is a female body.
Duhovno tijelo je žensko tijelo.
Nothing will change outside.
Ništa izvana se ne
But
promijeni.
inside your behavior will change.
Ali iznutra vaše ponašanje se promijeni.
See in Croatia, Gauranga Sundara.
Vidite u Hrvatskoj Goranga Sundara.
He is a male, but he is a spiritual body living.
On je muškarac, no živi u duhovnom tijelu.
When he sit in close of his wife.
Kad sjedi blizu svoje žene.
Because he is also female and his wife is also female.
Jer je on žena isto žena.
Both female are sitting near to each other.
Dvije žene mogu sjediti
No problem.
pored druge bez problema.
I can see this.
Ja to mogu vidjeti.
See, I never see any devotee of me who sits like a very lovingly with the wife.
Ne vidim nikad svoje bakte da toliko s puno ljubavi sjedi pored svoje žene.
Rare.
Jako je rijetko.
Who live in the female body, who they sit. Because there is no conflict.
Oni koji žive u ženskom tijelu, oni mogu tako sjediti, zato nema konflikta.
No conflict. Why conflict? Conflict is gone.
Zašto konflikt? Konflikt je gotov.
Your male body, enjoyment nature create conflict in your life.
Vaše muško tijelo i tendencija za uživanjem čini konflikt u vašem životu.
See that? Radhe. This is your mistake.
Vaša greška.
Not the creator mistake, not savior mistake.
Ne greška kreatora.
My mistake.
Osloboditelja, to je moja greška.
Understand?
Razumijete?
We are not enjoyer.
Mi smo uživatelji.
We are the enjoyed by enjoyer.
Mi smo uživani od strane uživatelja.
That is female body.
To je žensko tijelo.
Female is to body and nature of female is to enjoy it by enjoyer. That is female body.
Priroda ženskog tijela je da bude uživana od strane uživatelja.
The male body has a very big false ego.
Muško tijelo ima jako veliki lažni ego.
And this can be possible even in the female body.
A to je moguće i u ženskom tijelu.
It's not only male body.
Nije samo
I think that my female body is there, I am a female. No.
Mislim da imam sad žensko
They are
tijelo.
living in the body, so they are male.
Mislim da imam žensko tijelo pa da sam žena. Ne. Svi koji žive u materijalnom tijelu su u muškom tijelu.
Brajvasi, this is very easy for you. Well, I see you.
To je jako lako za tebe. Ja te vidim.
You are fully satisfied with your male body. You can go very easily in female body.
Ti si,
Prakriti Deha, spiritual
ja
body.
vidim ti si u potpunosti zadovoljan svojim muškim tijelom i možeš lagano preći u duhovno tijelo, u žensko tijelo.
And this is your fortune will happen.
I to će tvoja dobra sreća koja se događa.
When you really live in your female body, in your spiritual identification.
Kada stvarno živite u svom ženskom tijelu, u svojoj identifikaciji.
That person say, I am a Radha-dasi.
Tada smo Radha-dasi.
Radhe, go on.
Prabhupada continues, this is the most exalted method for those engaged in devotional service under the protection of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
This is the devotional
To je
service.
najuzvišenija metoda za one koji su angažirani u devocijsku službu pod zaštitom Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
This is the teaching of Chaitanya Before we talk, we don't do anything.
To je učenje čitanje. Prije smo pričali, ali nismo ništa radili.
When we come in this position, then we understand Chaitanya way.
Kad dođemo u ovu poziciju, tu poziciju, onda razumijemo put čitanje.
We have to come in practical to do.
Moramo doći da počnemo to raditi praktično.
You see Japanese,
Vidite Japance.
they no practice many philosophy.
Ne prakticiraju
Join in
filozofiju.
Friday and see that.
Priključite se petkom.
You will always see their hand is full of japa.
Uvijek ćete vidjeti da im je ruka...
All hand with japa.
Svi imaju džape u ruci.
I went 16
Išao sam tamo 2016.
and they don't know meat and fish, only this, they know this one.
I znaju samo
Food.
meso i ribu. To je jedno što jedu.
In 3-4 years, how their life changed.
U 3-4 godine koliko im se život promijenio.
They don't know English, they don't know Hindi,
Ne znaju engleski, ne znaju
only Japanese.
samo japanski.
Surprise,
Ali iznenađuju.
because they have no idea of more philosophy. They are very open to receive and start service.
Zato nemaju puno ideja različitih filozofija i stoga su jako otvorenog srca.
Too much philosophy block our life.
Previše filozofije blokira nas u životu.
When love, knowledge ends, then love starts.
Kada znanje prestane, tada ljubav.
Till I want to develop my knowledge, bogus.
Dok god želim razvijati svoje znanje, to je bogus.
It's nothing you will achieve.
Ništa neću postići.
Mental
Concoction.
what you fighting will go on.
Samo će mentalne borbe ići, se događati.
Prabhupada, words, listen.
To su Prabhupadove riječi, slušajte ih.
More read. I will not leave today.
Čitaj još.
You bring my Prabhupada.
Neću vas pustiti, danas ste mi
You have to understand Prabhupada.
Danas si mi doveo mog Prabhupada. Morate razumjeti Prabhupada.
They say I am a Prabhupada follower. They no follow Prabhupada.
Kažu da su Prabhupadovi sljedbenici, ali ne slijede Prabhupada.
In this connection, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes that even great sages and great devotees like Narad and Sanaka do not get an opportunity to come to Radha Kunda to take their bath.
Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati kaže u povezanosti s ovim što smo čitali da čak niti najveći sveci i veliki bakte poput Narade i Sanake ne mogu dobiti priliku da dođu na Radha Kunde da se okupaju.
Who is this? Again give the name.
Narad and Sanaka.
He is a guru.
Narada je guru.
Huh?
I
Sanaka Kumara. Four Kumaras.
Sanaka je jedan od 4 kumara.
Who has the whole knowledge of everything.
Koji ima potpuno znanje svega.
And knowledge is a full Jnani person.
Znanje ima potpuno je Jnani osoba.
All third, only two. Even Lakshmi also.
Reći ću vam čak i Lakshmi također.
Because they cannot take the mood of a spiritual body. They are not ready to become
zato jer nisu
Radha Dasi.
spremni preuzeti raspoloženje duhovnog tijela, nisu spremni postati Radharanine sluškinje.
So they cannot qualify.
I zato se ne mogu kvalificirati.
They will never understand.
Oni neće nikad razumjeti.
We can be a big guru.
Možemo biti
No problem.
nema problema.
But this Siddha Deha will not come.
Ali Siddha Deha neće doći.
that you are big guru, then Siddhadeha will come to you.
Ko mislite da ćete postati veliki guru, pa da će vam doći Siddhadeha.
That you have to do 24/7.
Zato morate raditi 24 sata.
Fix your chittavriti only one-pointed.
Usmjerite svoj chittavriti samo u jednom smjeru.
Your point will change.
Vaš će se fokus promijeniti.
Circle will change.
Vaš krug će se
Take the one, what you say, to make the circle, what?
Concentric.
Huh?
Concentric circle.
Circle, you have to take this one
the
mathematical item. You have to fix this point first, right?
Da bi napravili krug sa šestarom, morate prvo staviti je u jednu točku.
You change the point, other circle will happen.
Kad promijenite točku, drugi krug stiže.
How many times you remove the circle, other circle will come.
Koliko puta pomaknete taj središnju točku, toliko novih krugova će se.
That's a sthayi bhav. We have to fix. See, you have fixed your point to make this circle, and that circle, you never move with this point.
To se zove sthayi bhav, kad je fiksno, kada se usredotočite, napravite jednu točku i oko toga krug.
If you fix in Manjari bhav, you have to fix.
Ako se fiksirate u Manjari bhavu, morate se
Bhava lasrati.
u Bhava las.
Other point, tat bhavatmika rati.
Iduća točka je tat bhav ičamai.
Ikšamai. And third point, sambhogatmika.
I treća točka je sambhoga.
How many you put your, what you say this one?
I don't know.
Circle radius.
Circle radius. Alag separate point and separate circle will come.
Koliko puta si odredite nekakav centar i radite krugove, koliko puta stavite različiti centar, toliko različitih krugova će biti.
And this is my life.
To mi je moj
Many points, many center, many circle, and we are playing in that circle.
Puno centara, puno krugova i onda se igramo.
But we are not fixed in one center to live in that circle.
A nismo se usredotočili na jedan centar da živimo u tom krugu.
Sri Radhe.
Sri Radhe.
6th stanza.
We have to come from Manovritti to Chittavritti.
Radhe, Radhe. Manovritti to Chittavritti, and Chittavritti circle, Manjari bhav, Sakhi bhav, Gopi bhav, Sakha bhav.
Moramo doći iz Manovriti kruga u Chittavriti krug i unutar Chittavriti kruga gledamo je li Manjari bhav, je li Sakhi bhav, Sakha bhav.
Which bhav you want to live, that circle you have to live.
Kojoj bhavi želimo živjeti, u tom krugu moramo živjeti.
This is bhava ullas.
To je
sadhana.
To je bhava ullas sadhana.
It only depend on my feelings.
Samo zavisi o mojim osjećajima.
Then it come to bhava ullas rati.
I tada dolazimo do bhava ullas rati.
And that is Manjari bhav.
To je Manjari
sadhana.
To je Manjari bhav sadhana.
Ask from Suniti, she will say you.
Pitajte Suniti.
She is only practicing 16 Vilap Kusumanjali. Suniti, can you share with us? Read everyone Vilap Kusumanjali 16.
Čitajte tih 16 iz Vilapa Kusumanjali.
Jai Gurudev, you give me this, mercy that you tell us last time also in our German Zoom conference that this verse 16 is your life and your breath. And so I understand that it's very, very, very important to
si nam dao milost da kad smo imali Zoom Sangha
It's a
za
sweet
Njemce,
16.
da
Sweet
pročitamo.
16. Sweet 16. If you want to be sweet, then you have to become 16.
Brat si nam rekao da je to tvoj stih, da je to tvoj život, da je to tvoj...
I am 80 reaching, but I am a very young.
Tada Gurudev, to je slatkih 16. Kaže, ako želite biti slatki, morate imati 16. Stižemo prema 18, ali još smo mladi.
One Swami come today. He said, you are very young.
Jedan Swami je rekao danas, ti si jako mlad.
I said, I am very old now. He said, no, you are very young. Now you have to marry again.
Jedan Swami mi je rekao, ti si jako mlad. Ja sam rekao, ne, ja sam jako star. On je rekao, ne, sad si jako mlad, moraš se ponovo oženiti.
I said, yes. I already married.
Već sam se oženio.
I'm in love. What to do?
Ja sam zaljubljen. Šta ću?
Yeah. Read a song. Yeah, just I joke.
I will read or Suniti will read.
Suniti will say about 16.
Yeah.
16.
Suniti će nam reći o slatkoj 16.
How
What?
we can Suniti?
She must.
Oh, Gurudev, and you, yes, then I ask you again how to go deeper in this bhajan, in this meditation. And you told...
No, read other books if you have. Can you have a time or not?
I am at the moment in the shop of Govinda, so when the customers come, I cannot run away. So I am in...
Yeah. Asha, say some words.
Yes.
Rekla je Suniti da je trenutno u dućanu, radi na poslu, tako da ne može baš pobjeći ako dođe nekakav kupac. Pa je Gurudev rekao, reci nekoliko riječi.
Tulsi Manjari is saying to Radhika, yes, my dear Swamini, you know, when you are on the kunj with your beloved, at one point you will need my service.
Tulsi Manjari kaže Radhiki, znaš, draga moja, u jednom trenu kad si u kunđi sa svojim voljenim, trebat ćeš moju službu.
And she is explaining that when Krishna is so much bewildered by Swamini's Mahabhav, by her intense passion.
I kaže, kad je Krishna toliko očaran Radharaninom Mahabhavom, njenom jakom strašću.
He is so overwhelmed that he faints.
On je toliko preplavljen da se on osvijesti.
It's too much. You are giving to the high point.
You asked me, Gurudev, what to give is the best.
Kama Gayatri.
To je Kama Gayatri.
Meditation of Kama Gayatri.
To je meditacija na Kama Gayatri.
So then Tulasi says, Swamini, then you will need my help.
Kaže Tulasi, tada ćeš Swamini trebati moju pomoć.
How to get Krishna out of his faint, how to make him alive, because if he is useless otherwise.
Kako da se on vrati svojim osjetilima, inače je beskoristan. Kako?
Manjari is helping Swamini to make Krishna alive again, to get him alive and useful, because Swamini needs to put him more into ecstasy.
Manjari žele ga probuditi, napraviti ga ponovo korisnim, zato jer žele da ga Radharani ponovo dovede u još veću anandu.
And Gurudev advised when we are chanting our Diksha mantras, the Kam Gayatri.
I Gurudev savjetuje da kad mantramo Kama Gayatri,
to go deep in this mood.
Da uđemo duboko u to raspoloženje.
And when we go in this mood, which we have received from Gurudev, from his mood, from his prema mood, service.
I kad smo u tom raspoloženju koje smo dobili od njega, od njegovog prema raspoloženja.
then we can stay in this service mood and always be in our chittavriti.
I tad možemo ostati u tom moodu služenja i možemo ostati u svom chittavriti.
And then our chanting of Mahamantra will be filled with this taste.
I tada će i naše mantrenje Mahamantre biti ispunjeno ovim ukusom.
Is this right, Gurudev?
Beautiful. You are hiding, but it's very nice.
Ti se skrivaš,
You have to explain more.
No, you can, Gurudev, you explain.
No, it's better to read.
Yes.
Read and create interest, then I will explain.
Okay, tomorrow, Gurudev, because now I'm in obstacles here in the shop.
Yes. Line by line you have to go on.
Liniju, rečenicu po rečenicu i stvoriti interes i onda ću vam objasniti.
It is stage of stage.
To su korak po korak, pad.
Bhava is very special.
Baba je jako posebno.
He is writing in his Siddhadeha.
On piše iz svog Siddhadeha.
So, what he writes, it increasing in our life, in our life.
Tako da što on piše, to raste u našem životu.
How much you covered, no problem.
Koliko god da smo ste prikriveni,
His words
nema problema.
remove all the covering inside us.
Njegove riječi miču sve prekrivače unutar nas.
This is my realization.
To je moja realizacija.
So I become little crazy. Only I read 2 books.
Samo čitam 2 knjige.
Listen, not reading, listening.
Ne di da čitam.
Radha Rasudhanidhi and Vilapa Sumadhi.
Niti ih čitam, nego ih samo slušam.
I start, but still I cannot complete it.
Započeo sam, ali još uvijek ih ne mogu.
Because I don't understand still nicely. So I want to understand words by words.
Jer još uvijek ne razumijem dovoljno lijepo. Želim čitati riječ po riječi.
Bless me that I can do in this life.
Blagoslovite me da to mogu u ovom životu.
My Chakshu, you also bless me.
Chakshu, blagoslovi me.
Radhe Gurudev.
Radhe, Radhe. All I need blessing for all of you.
Trebam blagoslove svih vas.
I don't want to again take birth for that.
Ne želim ponovo se rađati zbog toga.
Thank you for attending. Tomorrow German class will happen.
Sutra je njemački klas.
And Monday I have to give South American.
A ponedeljak još.
Deva, how are you, my dear?
Radhe Gurudev.
Radhe. Oh, Radhe.
Very nice, Gurudev. Thank you.
Thank you. It's good. Everyone can read one day one thing. That way, everyone desires, you will see any book. Take the book where no Radhika is there. I will show you Radharani.
Uzmete knjigu gdje nema
Even in Krishna book.
Prividno.
Any book, Ravnavai.
Kaže, bilo koju knjigu uzmite i ja ću vam pokazati Radhiku. Čak i ako prividno je nema.
Bring the book where Radha no is written. I will show you here Radha is existing. And you will say, yes, right. Take any Bible. Take any place, any book.
Ili bilo koju knjigu koju hoćete, kažete da nema Radhike, ja ću vam pokazati, evo tu je.
One priest talking in the marriage of Vishwa? Prince Harry. What he talked, I sent to maybe 500 people. Listen, this priest.
Slušao sam jedan govor od svećenika na vjenčanju princa Harrya i taj govor, kad sam čuo, poslao sam oko 500 ljudi. Poslušajte taj govor.
He said, love is a fire.
Ljubav je vatra, volcano.
I sent Sridhar Maharaj book, Love is Volcano. Not only fire, it's a volcano.
Ljubav je vulkan, ne samo vatra.
Not only fire, it's a volcano. It touched to others, they fall in love.
Dodirne druge i
Radhe, Radhe. Thank you.
hvala.
Now Arti Chani, so they are mad. Mad people are going to the Arti
Sad je
of
arati,
Radha Mohan.
pa evo, ludi ljudi idu na arati.
My Gopinath is mad.
Moj Gopinath je lud.
Raghunath Das Babaji is mad.
Raghunath Das Baba potpuno lud.
Many are mad here.
Puno je ludih ovdje.
They cannot stay with me.
Ne mogu ostati.
I say Guru is important. He said, no, Guru not. My East is important.
Kažem, guru je važan, oni kažu ne, nije važan, moj ištedelj je važan.
Nobody listen. They leave me empty here.
Niko me ne sluša, samog me ostavio.
They become crazy. Teach them. They change their life. They help me also, please.
Molim vas, malo im recite da se promijene, da i meni malo tu pomogu.
What to do?
A šta da radim?
Karna Mohan ki jai, Karna Mai ki jai. You have to come. When they open, you all come, my dear. I'm missing. I'm old. Anytime I can go back to home.
Vratite mi se. U bilo kojem trenu mogu. Ja sam star.
Love to her.
Volim vas.
Rade, Gurudev.
Love you, Gurudev.
Rade puno svima. Hi to all.
Radhe, arigato gozaimasu. Oh, Kishori Devi. There.
Rade!
Andaka Baba. Andaka, arigato gozaimasu. Radhe, Radhe. Alas.
Andaka and Kishori.
No, yeah.
No.
Radhe, Radhe.
Radhe, Gurudev.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I think he sent a link for the...
No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent the link for that speech, priest.
Huh?
I sent the link of that speech from the priest that married Prince Fari.
You see, if you are not understand, Radha is there also, then what you understand here?
Ako ne razumijete da Rada je u tom govoru, onda šta razumijete?
Then how you will see Krishna?
Kako ćete onda vidjeti Krishna?
You need the eyes of Radha to see Krishna.
Trebaju oči od Radharani da bi vidjeli.
You have need the feeling of Radhika to see Krishna.
Treba vam osjećaj od Radhike da bi vidjeli Krishna.
You need to follow her madly. If you love Krishna, you have to get this vision to see Krishna.
Morate ju slijediti ludo. Ako volite Krishna, morate dobiti tu viziju da vidite
You
Krishna.
no need to think for him. He voluntarily come to you.
Ne morate misliti na njega. On će volonterski
Please help
doći.
me.
On će doći k vama.
Today Radhika is angry. You make there some meeting.
I on će nama doći i reći, molim te, pomozi mi, Radhika danas ljuta, sredi nešto.
And you will say, okay, sit out. I will talk.
I ti ćeš reći, ok, sjedni tu vani, ja ću popričati.
And inside when she goes, Radhika is also anxious to see Krishna.
A kad dođe unutra, Radhika isto jako žudi da vidi Krishna.
And Manjari go out and say to Krishna, she is very serious, angry to you.
A Manjari ode van i kaže, gle, Krishna je jako ljut na tebe. Radhika je jako ljut na tebe.
Then one time, I will never do mistake. He said, you are very liar. I don't believe your words. How I can promise behind of you? You will lie something.
Krišna kaže, molim te, neću više nikad ponoviti tu grešku. A onda Manjari kaže, kako tebi mogu vjerovati, si lažljivac.
Please, I pray you, request you, one time make happy that I can do. Only you can do. You can help me.
Krišna je ponovo molim te, jednom mi pomozi, ti mi samo možeš pomoći.
Radhika, she went to Radhika.
Ona ode Radhiki.
Why not you bringing to him?
Radhika pita, zašto ga ne dovedeš?
Wait.
Čekaj.
I have to improve him first.
Moram ga prvo poboljšati.
And then she go out.
Onda ide van.
Krishna, today she is very angry.
Kaže opet, Krišna, danas je jako ljuta.
She don't want to see you today.
Ne želite danas vidjeti.
Krishna, full of tears.
Krišna je pun suza.
If you no help, then who will help you?
Ako mi ti ne pomogneš, ko će mi pomoći?
You have to do something.
Moraš nešto napraviti.
And inside, Radhika is anxious to meet Krishna.
A unutra je Radharani sedi puna žudnje da vidi Krišnu.
And here, Manjaris are making very restrictions not to enter there.
A Manjari radi veoma stroge zabrane da on ne može ući unutra.
He is saying that if I will touch, I will show the love, I will hug and kiss, then Manjari will become happy. She want to touch her body.
Onda
Krishna want to touch her body.
I onda Krišna misli, a možda ako ju zagrlim ili nešto ju malo pomazim, možda će onda htjeti.
I will give today all love to you.
Danas ću dati svu ljubav tebi. Prema Manjari i krene da ju dodirne.
Stop, Krishna.
Stani.
He says, stop, Krishna.
Kaže, zaustavi se, Krišna.
I can give my soul to you.
Mogu ti dati svoju dušu.
Because this is your given.
Jer to si mi ti dao.
But I cannot give my body to you.
Ali ne mogu ti dati svoj tijelo.
Because this body is given by Radha.
Jer ovo tijelo mi je dala Radharani.
Because the Siddha Deha she gave me.
Ona mi je dala Siddha Deha.
I don't want that you touch me.
Ne želim niti da me dodirneš.
This is Manjari. This type of purity is there that I am not interested in you, Krishna, God.
To je Manjari Bhava, da nisam zainteresirana za tebe.
I need only my Swami and I want to serve my Swami.
Trebam samo svoju Swamini i želim služiti svoju Swamini.
And for her pleasure, I want to make happy to you also.
I za njeno zadovoljstvo želim te.
And I want to bring to her, to my Swami, for her pleasure, not for my anything with business with you.
I želim te dovesti do nje, samo za njeno zadovoljstvo. Nemam ja nikakvog posla.
This is selfless devotion.
To je potpuno devocija, potpuno bez sebičnosti.
This is the gift of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
To je dar Chaitanya.
To practice in our life.
Da vježbamo u svom životu Manjari Bhava.
Thank you.
Radhe